touch, then no, that's dumb. But realistically, it wasn't just a touch. They said that he grabbed him. He's bigger than him, and he grabbed him. That's not just a touch. We're not just talking about a touch. We're talking about a threat, aggression. He just told you not to touch me, and you grabbed me. That's crazy. If I did that to a woman, hold on. If I did that to a woman, I would have went to jail. What are we talking about? If I would have grabbed a woman the same way, listen. The same way Austin Metcalf grabbed Carmelo, if he did that to a woman, I would have tried to victimize the little white girl. Y'all know that. So stop acting like this.
All right, if Carmelo touches Austin,
No, the video footage came out. He didn't grab him. That's just not true. It's just not true. What you saying just ain't true.
Clan members pushing. But honestly, in that situation,
what?
Listen to me.
Hello? Hello?
Clan members, listen, I'm finna ask you the question. If the Ku Klux Klan members are pushing like, oh yeah, good job, Austin, then no, obviously I'm not gonna be like, good job, Austin, because I don't want to be associated with Ku Klux Klan members. But if regular human beings could see the situation unbiasedly and seeing that Carmelo touched him after Austin told him not to touch him, I would.
Don't touch me. I don't want to fight you. If you touch me, I'm gonna stick this knife in your chest.
Who were the jurors that were selected?
Kills his sense of self-defense. Like, you can't say I'm scared for my life, but you're also saying...
Nah, look. And I understand. But why would you actually still touch somebody? What do you mean? We're not just talking about a touch. We're talking about...
Because he's in a tent that he don't belong. He's mouthing off. Okay, time to get up and get the fuck out of the tent. Get the fuck up. Get the fuck out of the tent. Ah, you stabbed me. Ah, you killed me. Oh my God, I'm dying. I'm dying. All I did was try to get you up to get out of the tent, and now I gotta die. Ah, I'm dying. Yeah, I'm trying to get you to understand exactly what he was going through.
I got you, bro.
But you can't put a press right, bro. Like, you can't do that.
I don't associate no race with it, bro. I feel like Texas made the stand your ground rule, and all of these laws come from the nature of people being independent and leaving each other alone and being held responsible for their actions.
What do you think Carmelo should have got? You know he's not going to get nothing.
Okay, for sure. Nah, he not getting out scot-free, for sure.
Right.
Manslaughter, though. He's not a fucking assassin. He didn't mean to kill him. He didn't say, yeah, I'm going to stab him in the heart. Like, no, he's not a fucking trained military, nothing.
All right, let me ask you.
Stabbed him in the heart.
If he stabs Austin,
let me ask you
Austin and Austin lives. Let's say he stabs Austin in the stomach and Austin lives. Don't you think they go after for attempted murder?
No. The only reason I say no is because with knives, people get stabbed plenty of times and don't die with knives. Knives are people get stabbed every day. People get stabbed every day, bro. So those are mostly aggravated assault.
When the guy dies,
with a deadly weapon. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Assault with a deadly weapon. You think that's what they go for?
If they do it with a gun, why wouldn't you do it with a knife?
Go ahead, Joe. What's up, buddy? Go ahead, Joe.
Let me ask a question to you. It's how come Carmelo Anthony never showed any remorse leading up to the trial or during the trial? Because I think the big issue with him not showing any remorse is why they threw the book at him.
Okay. I don't understand that rhetoric because when he did it, he didn't even try to run away. He didn't even try to get away with it. He wasn't trying to...
He did run away. They got the aerial cam footage. He ran.
I'm answering questions, bro. I'm answering questions.
I will say, you're a good dude, bro. I know you came here to troll, but you're a good dude. We're having a good conversation.
No, for sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're a good dude.
Look, so I understand that he did what he did.
It's not about him running. I don't really understand the point you were making. Look,
No. The only reason I'm saying that, because I want to be realistic with you. No, listen. Let me explain myself. The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm a part of a community where if you wanted to do those type of things, that's not how you go about it. You don't stab nobody and then go tell the teacher, like, I told him don't touch me. That was Carmelo.
No.
He wasn't like, that white boy, I stabbed that white boy.
No, the remorse. Go to remorse.
That's never what Melo did. Melo never did.
No, maybe you don't understand what I'm getting at here. Leading up to the trial.
What is your version of strong remorse?
Go with remorse.
What is your version of showing remorse?
Being remorseful of murdering somebody, like coming out and saying, look, it's really sad that Austin lost his wife.
In the moment I made a mistake, I feel terrible.
Oh my God, are you guys all wasted?
Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah.
Making a statement saying, look, I regret the actions of that day and what I did. He didn't do anything. So when people should be shown mercy, they have to show remorse. What you're asking for is like, show Carmelo mercy. Come on, show Carmelo mercy. It's like, bro, he didn't have any remorse for his actions, and that's why he got locked up for 35 years. And
I hear what you're saying, but you're not being specific.
Was not remorseful.
You're not being specific, brother. What do you mean remorseful? Like you don't understand. You don't understand how he
That's literally how the judicial system works. Go ahead, Ann.
You said that did you watch the video footage? So immediately, as soon as Austin, it shows the entire altercation. Austin pushes him, and then Carmelo stabs him. Immediately takes off, like running like a track star, jumps off like the bleachers, over the fence to like where the track is, and is running like a track star. When you said that he didn't try and run away, he ran away, and then people blocked him from getting out to go into the parking lot. So I don't know if you didn't see that video footage, obviously.
Which means he could have ran away more than
No, he was with his coaches. Come on, I stay in North Texas. You can't lie about this place. I literally stay over here, bro.
You can't lie. You're lying because you didn't watch the
How am I
video.
lying?
Watch the
He
video
didn't try to
footage.
run out the
Because he was stopped by the coach. He ran away and the coach
They
stopped.
tried to fucking elbow
The police phone call, the kid said, no, he can't go anywhere.
Okay.
He's done. He's done. The coaches got him. Yeah, he's done because they knew that he was done. He couldn't go nowhere. He wasn't trying to run. He ran away for safety after he stabbed the boy.
So why did he run away before he stabbed him?
Because two big ass white boys overstanding over
Even
him.
more of a reason to run away.
He
Now,
ran
listen.
away because
Now
he
listen.
did something
Y'all
wrong.
not being realistic. Y'all see multiple people.
Okay, no, I can't.
Listen.
You guys, I can't do it.
Come on.
No, Mike, you're wasted. You're enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. It's been hours of.
Come on. I think he's in good faith. I'm not going to overstep you, Ann. If anyone, fuck, man.
It's a good antagonist.
I think he actually means well.
It's a good conversation.
Like I'm not even being disrespectful. Just listen.
No, you came in to troll, but I think you realized, like, okay, we can actually have a good conversation.
Yeah, bro.
But it hurts. You're
Some of it's kind of played out. Wouldn't you agree?
And you start ironing out the situation. You're like, all right, I might be able to take a couple of these motherfuckers. I got 2 of my boys with me. There's 5 of them, but I can take about 2 of them. My boys can handle them. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Or you're in another situation. You're like, we might get the fucking shit kicked out of us. Let's go ahead and either de-escalate or move away from the mother. Carmelo, if there's 2 big ass white boys, you should have left this.
Look. This we can all relate right here because we all American. If you grew up watching it, what happened when the bullies tried to jump them? What did the kids try to do? They picked up rocks trying to hit the other kids with rocks and shit. Now if he would have killed, even in the movie, if they would have killed one of the other white bullies with a rock, do y'all feel like the kids instantly went to jail?
Yeah, of course you get something.
But you knew what the bully was doing in the movie. You watched the movie. You seen he was cutting kids, stabbing kids and shit. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I missed the first
If
part.
you know,
It's
if
a
you
movie.
know somebody,
There's a storyline. There's a script. It's a movie. And the bully comes on me. And I think the bully's going to hurt me. And the bully tells me to leave. I'm going to leave if I actually have fear.
it's not even necessarily a bully, bro. He's not. Hold on, no, it's okay. He's not trying to victimize himself. That's the one thing that wasn't the point. Like he wasn't trying to victimize himself. He just was trying to show why he did what he did, and y'all dismissed it. Y'all keep dismissing the point where he's
Do you
still
think Austin did enough to get stabbed?
Y'all are upset because he doesn't feel bad about what he did. That's the
Move
problem.
to the background, bro. You want to get some, bro? Just grab the phone from him, bro. You can fucking get some.
Okay, for sure. I got it. Y'all
He did.
Y'all don't think he doesn't
No mercy.
What's up?
For sure. Y'all are upset that he doesn't feel bad for what he did because he had to defend
We're not
himself.
upset.
He didn't defend himself.
You're
He
telling
didn't get
me-
bullied.
It's the same shit like the Dylan dude, the little Dylan white boy school shooter. He didn't feel bad, so everybody fucking hates him. That's all. That's the only reason everybody hates him. He doesn't feel bad. That nigga got off, and look at him now. He's sitting next to Trump.
So-
Don't give a fuck.
Asking someone to
I
move.
know, this is.
Asking someone to move from 30 to 10 is not bullying.
Alright, what's going on here? Can we talk
That's
something
not
else?
bullying,
No,
bro.
I
Y'all need to stop being so fucking soft.
Hold on.
Black men need to stop being so fucking soft.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on. Look, it.
King is here.
Y'all know all black people are like, y'all seen, hold on, y'all seen
Hold on,
Square
on
up, throw some fists.
Juneteenth, hold on. On Juneteenth, what video was going around? The video of the black people beating up all those white people in Alabama at the vote. Y'all know we not scared of y'all, so stop trying to push that narrative. It's not that. It's just the fact that Carmelo knew that he wouldn't win that.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, do you hear it?
Wait, so Carmelo's not scared of them?
Don't, Mike, what the fuck?
Sorry, Joe, sorry.
No, I already said it wasn't.
My bad, no, it's no joke.
I already said it
No,
wasn't.
listen,
I think
listen,
it's
don't put your friend on the microphone. Just keep talking from your own microphone.
Bro, Joe, you good, bro. He's just another opinion. It's okay. Everybody got opinions.
Get an account. Tell him to come on up here.
This is his account. I'm just a smart one.
You're the
Yeah,
smart
What
one.
does he think about that?
It's okay.
What does he think about that?
It's okay.
Does he
This
confirm
I know
that?
is what I do.
I now know
This
y'all.
is what I do. It's okay. There's nothing
That's
wrong
how
with
men
that. He not
fucking flirt with each
stupid.
other.
That's not an insult at all.
No, it's
People are
it also
interested in
deserves to
different
get
things.
stabbed for what he did. It also deserves to get stabbed.
I ain't gonna lie. Okay, did he deserve to get stabbed? Yes. Because in the real world, outside of the school, hold on, listen.
No,
Outside of the
Linda, we're
school,
not listening.
listen. Outside of the school place, outside of the school world, anybody else would have got away with it. The main reason he's in jail is because it happened at school.
Because he got caught.
Wait, if I got an argument with you, we just all of a sudden just start stabbing me? That's not
This is according
No,
to
listen.
Thug
Can
Code,
I explain myself?
According to Thug Code, Austin deserved to
Nah.
get
I'm gonna
To get
answer your question.
murder, right?
If we get into a verbal, listen to me. If we get into a verbal altercation, right? A verbal altercation, not physical, verbal. And then I tell you don't get physical with it, and you do it anyways. I'm liable to do whatever
you
I want to do.
shouldn't be there to begin with, though.
What the fuck? What do you mean, bro? This is just regular life. This could
That's
be a
like
Walmart.
if you find yourself in a private club as like I have a right to.
We got another drunk on the stage. I love you to death, but you guys need to lay off the drinking.
Fuck that.
What is she talking about, bro?
I'm
Is
with
this
you.
anger or
No, it's
something?
right. I should stop drinking. But it's some pussy shit for them to stab Austin for no reason.
It is. Why couldn't you?
No,
Yeah, there's a better way to resolve the situation. You need to stab the.
Why do y'all keep saying no reason? Like that's being
No,
delusional.
but why couldn't
Let's
you have thrown
be
a punch?
fundamental. What did we learn
Yeah,
in
but
school?
stabbing is so.
What did we learn in school? We learned cause and we learned effect. We learned this in school. Be fundamental. Stop saying for no reason. Please
Right,
stop saying
Carmelo sit down underneath the tent. That's the cause. The effect was he's going to be asked to leave.
Why did he
So once
say,
he has to
what was the
leave-
call? Okay,
Well, why?
listen. What was the cause
Why was
for
he
him
leaving?
sitting under
I'm
the
not
tent?
talking.
What do you mean?
Context is key. What was the cause for him sitting under the tent?
Okay.
You tell me.
That doesn't matter. Ray never killed anyone.
Question with him, but David and Mike, I'm mute.
No, hold on. Just to answer that question that I asked.
I need you
Just to answer that question that I
Hold
asked.
on,
He
it's
was in the tent. He was in the tent
And
because it was raining. We all know this. Stop being stupid.
Oh, way. He's going to get a little bit of rain on him. Fuck out of here.
can I just go?
Bro, what? He gotta be in the rain, bro. That's crazy. So he has to be.
Hey, so you're coming up here and you didn't even watch the video footage. When you watch, like literally the video footage shows an hour of like what happened, like within an hour. It was not raining during this hour, okay? And you can look. The video is very, very clear. So you want to come up and talk about something when you didn't even watch the video footage. But I want to know, if someone were to push you, okay, you were in a verbal altercation and a man pushed you, I would think that your first initial reaction would be either to push them right back or you would throw a punch. Why a knife? Why not a punch? Because you, like, would you just
I'm gonna answer all y'all questions. So, and if you're right and you're saying that it wasn't raining while that altercation was going on, can you acknowledge that the part of the bleacher that doesn't have a tent on it is going to be wet? Why the fuck would he just sit on wet ass bleachers for no reason? Still under the tent is the better option.
Seriously,
Under the tent is always the better option. Y'all trying to make it logical.
Go back to his tent.
They didn't have a tent put up. That was they made that clear. He didn't have his school didn't have a tent put up.
Then he should take it up with his school coach. What the fuck? Rather
The
than
school
murder.
was there does not mean that they had a tent, brother.
There was like 4 tents.
Have you been to a track meet?
This is actually gross that we're still talking about Carmelo Anthony and criminal.
No, it's stupid. I don't go. It's retarded.
It's disgusting. Like, he's in prison now.
Bro, we have the body cam of the cop. He has a gray hoodie on, and the body.
He's away from society.
He has a gray hoodie on. The gray hoodie's not even covered in rain. It's not like it's a torrential downpour. And he's gonna get fucking monsoon going on. Bro. Get out.
I don't want to get wet. I'm gonna stab you in the chest and kill you.
Square up and fight like a man and deal with your ass.
It's raining outside. I'm gonna kill you. Ah, you touched me. Die. Die. Ah, you put your hands on me. Die.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Is it
Let me try
1905?
and move the conversation along. Go has a good point. It's when does this just become whining by the Carmelo supporters? Because he's been convicted. It's very unlikely that it'll ever be overturned. When does this just become whining?
Yeah. Like you guys
I'm not
whining, months ago.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not whining, but this happens every day in our community. This
really
not
does.
something new to us. This
You
not
guys
something
stab white people every day.
Murdering
You guys
does
stab white people
occur.
every day for no reason.
I wish. No.
Why do you put
I
one
might have
glass
walked.
in
I'm a fan of comedy. I walked into that one. I'm a fan of comedy. That was good.
I think
So what's
Let's be further.
Real talk.
Statistically, no, that's not what's happening every day.
Yeah, but
So why are we acting like this is
real talk. Hold on, it's hold on. It's what's wrong with the black community? Why are they killing so much?
Okay, I'm just gonna give y'all an obvious answer. All the rappers that talk about all the most degenerate bullshit, right? Right, we can all agree that, right? Like the biggest rappers, they talk about all the dumbest, stupidest shit. Why do they get the most money? I'm gonna talk to you from my perspective. As a consumer in this environment, I never paid Drake. I never paid Lil Wayne. They're getting this money from white people. There's white people with suits on who are paying people to be degenerate. So why are y'all asking us?
Drake and then going to shoot up a neighborhood.
Listen. Why are you asking us, the people at the bottom, the dumbasses, the consumers? Why are you asking us why is a system like this when you see the obvious factors? Somebody's getting paid to act like this.
But you don't think white people listen to Lil Wayne?
No, they do. It's an American
Right, but we don't go around.
thing. It's definitely an American thing.
Right.
It's definitely an American thing, for sure. But you gotta understand that black people are the most impoverished all across the world. Poverty equals crime. Period. All across the world.
Okay, so it's about that then, poverty.
You said what?
So stop consuming it. Stop consuming it.
So you're saying it's more about
Okay,
poverty.
look, you saying this, Mr. White Man. Look, you're saying this. I promise you, it's people in the community that don't absorb this shit. It's not everybody, but I'm telling you, just like most white people are stupid, most black people are stupid. It's an American thing. Y'all are trying to make it a race thing, like most white people are smart. No, that's not even statistically close to being true. That all white people are smart.
It's
No,
I think
listen. Let me say this one time.
I think it's already sensitive.
Most of the people that y'all don't like are white.
Can you hear me?
The
We try to have
Democratic Party, whoever you don't like, those are white.
well, look, we try to have dialogue here, man. I think, look, I asked you the question. I think it was a fair point. It's the glamorization of that type of street rap culture. That rap has pushed that messaging out. I think it was a fair point.
And another thing is, this is another point. There is other black people who rap about Christianity. That rap about real world stuff. They don't have the amount of money as these degenerates because that is what's being put. I just want to add on to that point.
I think that's a really weak point. I can't believe, Joe, you agree with it because he's trying to put the blame basically on the record labels and the other people that aren't necessarily black.
Isn't that where the money's coming
I
from?
called it a fair point. I didn't call it a
was strong. I just
Yeah,
said
but
Isn't that where the money is coming from?
yes,
How
sure.
do people with no money have
But
any
then
control?
you switched it being impoverished.
But like, hold on. How do
First
people,
and
listen. This is going off of y'all logic. How do people with no money have any control? We don't have any control of what the fuck is
Because
going
you
on.
don't have to go put a gun in your head and shoot somebody.
You don't have control over how you go about your life. You don't have control over
Just
the way
because you like a song doesn't mean you have to replicate
I'm
it.
gonna teach you something about
You can listen to the Christian rap.
Listen. I'm gonna teach you something about perspectives.
You keep saying listen.
There's a lot of people that go that route because they don't see the route that y'all are talking about as the right route. What are we talking about?
That's the problem there. That's their black community's problem.
A good example could be our own president. What the fuck? You think that's the nigga that I want to look up to? You think I want to be like him?
Yeah,
I
why
want to put
not?
on the suit and the tie? You think I want to go?
We can
You think that's honorable?
His
You
grandkids
think that's
like him.
respectable?
He's raised good children. He's got a great job.
Oh hell no! Okay, never mind.
Got a great head of hair.
He's gangster as fuck.
He just did. He just ran. He just ran out of here. Simple factual points make people run.
My favorite part of that is thinking that we were
I'm
making
And that's the point is don't put your hands up.
like
I'm
free
so
Carmelo.
glad to be entertained that my life will be changed forever.
I don't entertain that Carmelo shit anymore. It's so boring.
No, I fucking gave dude. He's like free Carmelo. I was like, man, fuck you. And then he went down to a conversation.
It's fuck Carmelo Anthony.
You know how weird it is? He's like,
there was no part
Oh,
that
don't
he
worry,
wanted
he's
to have a
getting
real
fucked all right.
and what did he say? He was like, it's because of the rap music by white people, but it's also because they're impoverished.
Bro, he basically was trying to say that the record labels that aren't black are influencing this, and that's why.
He's saying it's white kids that are causing it. Cause
Yeah, but then he said they're impoverished. So like,
He's saying the
so
black
if
kids were
it's an impoverished black person who listens to
He was
jazz,
saying the black kids are impoverished, and so that's why they react the way they do, and it's the white kids because they're buying the records.
No, dude. He was saying that the white record labels promote this to the hood, which is mostly black.
right? And they force them to listen to it. So they force them to smoke crack.
And they force them to pick up a gun and do the same thing.
Exactly. Like, it's wild to me that people can't just look at this objectively and be like, no, that was an overreaction by Carmelo. You need to go to jail, buddy. Sorry.
That wasn't what it was.
It's crazy.
Everybody, like, me and you have been saying that. It's just other people want to make up a narrative. It's
I was trying to be generous by framing it as the glamorization of the lifestyle. Look, when I was a young kid, The Goodfellas was one of the top movies in the 90s. The glamorization of the mafioso, it was something that I was, enthralled with. But I mean, I didn't grow up to be a mafia person, but I did make decisions that probably I regret now, based on the glamorization of it, wanting to be like Ray Liotta, walking into a room and everyone knows me, you know what I mean, where they set the table out for you and things like that. So there is a level of glamorization for younger folk, and I was trying to be generous too. I disagreed with a lot of the rest of his points of the record label and things like that.
Dude, he walked right
Did you buy a
past
switchblade?
what was the point you tried to make about Carmelo showing being remorseful about it? He walked right past that.
He made an awful explanation. He went back to when the actual killing of it, and it's like you couldn't even pin him down. Look, that's the biggest thing. If Carmelo was somewhat remorseful, but that would have also blown up their defense. You know, their defense was he was trying to get off.
AKA
He never made it.
Right.
Well, yeah, come on. If anyone has ever had to go in front of a judge, I have. Like if you don't show any remorse, that judge, they throw the book at you, and that's just the way it is. That's our system.
Remember when his dad, Austin Metcalf's dad, tried to go to that press conference and he was going there to supposedly pray with the family? Imagine how powerful that visual would have been. Austin Metcalf's dad praying with Carmelo's dad and them praying together. How good that would have been for Carmelo's outcome. Just the
Especially, if Austin's dad went into court.
Instead they told him to leave, and what Austin's dad do?
Give the kid a break. He killed my kid. Give the kid a break. He chased away the potential of the best ally could have had.
And the race hustler didn't help Carmelo out at all. You know what's funny? He got 35
The
years.
reason why.
17. What they want to give him? 10 years, so he only serves 5. So he's gonna get
But
5
look.
years for fucking. Like, come on, guys.
The reason why Carmelo didn't show any remorse is because he didn't have any remorse. Ultimately, he's just a bloodthirsty killer. That's what he was. He was a murderer. And that's why they found him convicted of murder.
Is
That,
come on.
that, and when these incidents happen, you got Ben Crump and his whole, just a whole group of people who come down, surround them, and turn it into a whole other fucking thing.
You guys understand that if it was different the other way around, dude, the conversation that the media and everyone else would be talking would be totally different.
There would
Right,
be
that's
no
why I think
conversation. Oh, it would be super racist again. Yeah. It would
What if
be.
it was an Asian and a Mexican? What would that dynamic be?
It's the same thing.
They
Probably
wouldn't
wouldn't
even hear
be on
about
the
it.
news.
Media.
But I think Austin goes up there and asks the white kid to leave. He didn't ask the kid to leave because he's black. He asked the kid to leave because he wasn't supposed to be there. Austin would ask anybody to leave. And Carmelo, and if a black kid asked Carmelo to leave, Carmelo still would have stabbed black. This had nothing to do with race.
Agree.
The reason we know about the story is because they went down this path.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. It's just wild to me when I hear that. Like, free, what do you mean? Like, just let him off?
Yeah, let's change the topic.
How are you the president that would accept that? They should just stab people if they touch you. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I think that,
Yeah, him and Luigi, they're gonna do a world tour.
well, I think by us constantly talking about this, to be honest, it's keeping it alive. I mean, I know the media and others are trying to keep spinning this because they want to try to create martyrs out of these people, and I think it's better we just kind of guys in jail, guys.
Do you want to talk about black fatigue?
Yeah, we were back in the room, and I think he did it. Carmelo, like, fuck you.
We should honestly get a few brothers in here because I feel like
Black fatigue doesn't work.
I'm black in the waist now.
you know.
Remember, Joe?
No, I'm not black. I'm just I'm thinking
Save
like
white defenses. Take a
get the
trip down
wrong
to
message
Western
if it's
Springs, Illinois.
you know,
To
if
see
it's
what I
like
mean,
12
it's
white
like the
people
land and
talking
time for
about black
government.
fatigue.
I go to college in
Well,
Boston.
I've been white my whole life, so.
Boston's obviously
But,
super diverse.
That's
a lot of young people.
so if we could,
I don't give a fuck about that, Go.
Alright, bet. I mean, I don't really give a fuck either. I would just try to look out. But yeah, fuck it, motherfuckers.
Like that, bro. They already think we're all racist up in here. It don't matter.
Clearly, I am against white people, right?
Well, what do they say? That they have more respect for us if we show weirdos. So they want us to be racist.
That's right. And by the way, by the way,
could talk about a different subject. Like,
well, let me end this one topic on this. I just want to say, like, for all communities, and it doesn't matter where you're from in the world,
in the 16th
the goal in
district
dividing
today was up
is
in the northern part of my
to
district.
divide
Rochelle
people
today.
based on
This
characteristics that
afternoon
are
with Mayor
different
Barrows, but
between
started
them,
off in
whether it's
Rockford,
skin
meeting with a number of
color,
our
whether
community
it's
leaders on
religion, whether
transportation
it's
needs,
language, whether it's whatever. And I think, you know, we need to be smarter than that and kind of talk about the substance of it, like somebody killing someone else. And you know, there was an evil man that once said that we all bleed the same red blood, and apparently that was racist. But so that,
Except for the Orientals, we don't like the Asians. Fuck them.
yeah, but they still bleed the same red blood. But you know, and
That's what I tell my daughters, bro. You prick my finger and you prick anyone else's finger in the world. Same color. So.
yeah, I mean, look, just because one group doesn't have peripheral
That's
vision,
the way it is.
just because one group doesn't have peripheral vision doesn't mean we should put them down. So anyway, let's talk about something else before we go the fact that they can't drive because they don't have peripheral vision.
How about one of the most amazing statistics that hardly gets spoken about is how the murder rate has actually come down since Donald Trump. Historic numbers, historic figures of it coming down.
How is Derek? How is Derek Chauvin?
I just got back from DC. How much safer
You did?
I felt. I've been in DC now 3 times this summer. So much safer walking around at night.
That's because they rounded up all the criminals.
Guys, I just keep thanking them. Like, I can't thank them enough.
Why isn't Derek Chauvin a political prisoner? Why doesn't Donald Trump pardon Derek Chauvin? Hello?
Your message, by the way, Abby.
Hello?
You know what's wild, Abby? When you mention that, like what Joe just mentioned, they won't even entertain it because they're like, "What are you saying that black communities are riddled with crime, and then you can start playing in the mud.
No, hold on, Mike.
They're riddled with fucking crime.
Mike, as you say that, they also say, you know, minority communities, when it comes to getting a voter ID, they're not able to get it because you're putting a poll tax on them, and they're not able to do it. So it's like, oh, okay, well, so are you saying that minorities are poor?
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Well, then,
I'd say they don't know how to go online.
Can someone ping in FEMA?
They can't even use a computer. The Democrats are the most racist political party in the history of mankind. It's not even close.
And be who?
Not even close.
Beamer! The socialist!
So I'm just saying, like, this is around the White House, you know, and like in the areas around, if you know DC at all, like just kind of around the White House area, 14th up to probably 18th, 19th. I mean, I just saw National Guard. It was great.
Oh my God, that's what they need to do in Chicago and Philadelphia.
They have the big
Why can't Trump deploy the National Guard to Chicago, to Philadelphia? It would be great, wouldn't it?
Should get them there. It makes a difference. I wish they were in Philly. It would have been great. Philly that had tons of people because of the World Cup, but it just would have felt so much safer in the city with them. It makes a big difference.
I'll be in Philly on the 7th, Abby. That's what I texted.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Are you in town?
I think so, but I will send you a message. I'm definitely there for the All-Star game. Home run derby. Anyway, what do you think about the National Guard being deployed?
Genius. It's genius on so many levels. Not only does it show the cities that, like, okay, there's a lot of crime. Trump puts National Guard in there, crime goes down. And remember what they were all saying? They're like, well, once the National Guard leaves, the crime's going to spike again. But, so what are we doing? We're saying the criminals, we can keep the criminals at bay. And now when the National Guard leaves, the criminals come back out. So they don't have to always be criminals. Because they clearly can stop their actions. They know that they can't do it anymore when the National Guard's there. And we're showing the cities that this is how you do it. You have law enforcement presence, and you have people understanding that they're going to be put away and they're going to be punished for this shit. You can't do this anymore, bro. Like, knock it off. Like, just cut it out. There's way more good people in the world than there's bad people. It's time for the good people to start making some fucking noise. It's time. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, motherfuckers. You don't fucking hurt people for no reason. Don't do it.
That's right.
I think Donald Trump has done more to change domestic and international politics than any president in our lifetime. And we won't really see the effect of all this stuff till after he's gone. And, you know, when you reflect on it, he has done so much in such a short time. Sure, he wins some, he loses on some, but America will be set on a different course, and this is what it looks like when you see a president redirecting the direction of our country. And look, I don't know if we'll even be able to calculate it right now. And until we see how all this stuff plays out, like a few years from now. Any thoughts on that?
Couldn't agree more. I told motherfuckers this the other day. I was like, bro, he might be the best foreign policy president of all time. Like, the way he attacks it. And when this is all said and done and we're in our 80s and we're fucking old as fuck and Trump's long gone, it's not even going to be close. Like, it's not even going to be close. They can't even attack his policies. They're like, why did you fix the pool? Shut the fuck up.
Think about the political dynasties he's retired. Look at how he's completely changed over the GOP, and there's only a sliver left of the Mitch McConnell wing hanging on in the Senate. And now the Democrats have been crushed all the way to the point that the communists are rising up to replace them. Like, this is a full-on turnover of the entire roster of politics throughout the world in our country.
He's a genius, bro. Like, what did you do in New York? Remember they had that bitch Hochul did the congestion tax where you get taxed if you go to the city or whatever? And Trump's like, I'm going to get rid of the congestion tax. He can't get rid of the fucking congestion tax. It's a fucking state issue. Obviously, he can't do anything about it. But him saying that forced Hochul to say, no, fuck you, Trump. We're going to keep the tax on. And the people were like, wait, what? What the fuck is that all about, right? So he's forcing their hands to take unpopular positions, these like 80-20 issues. Trump does something that forces either the Democrats or, like you said, the rhinos, the motherfuckers that are just pretending to be Republicans. It forces them to pick a side. And now we know who you are. We have your names. We know exactly who you are. They all got primaried. I mean, Joe. Since his first term, how many motherfuckers got primaried and lost their seats? Almost all of them, bro.
20,
Some of that candidates won.
Yeah, except the one that he backed, which I still don't understand, is Lindsey Graham. But that's a different story. Maybe he's just a useless gay guy. But
he's close, yeah.
Yeah, he's a useless gay guy. Maybe he, maybe that's part of the negotiating with the Ayatollah. I don't know. But anyway, so I think it's important to also recognize that Trump has done transformational things in terms of how we rethink solving a lot of these issues. Today you saw John Kasich come out defending the Haitian TPS people. And I think what you're trying to say, Mike, is we see people's true colors thanks to Donald Trump. He's like when you put iodine or you put a fluorescent light on something and you suddenly see what it is, you're like, holy shit, that's what it was the whole time. And I think that's the reality of it. And so he allowed us to see the deep state. But I think, it's important to also recognize Trump has changed, by himself and as a reaction to him, the overall outlay of the political spectrum. The left-wing, right-wing narrative has changed completely. That was before Trump, right? What is considered a moderate Republican is vastly different today than it was before. Donald Trump is not the Alex Jones guy, and actually Alex Jones' views has completely changed. If you actually look at him, some of the things they're talking about is actually capitulation to what we were talking about before. They're actually, I don't know if you agree, Joe, but I'm listening to Owen Schroyer and Alex Jones saying, we should give this free shit to American citizens. Why are we giving it to Iran? I was like, wait. Did you just say what I think you said? Like, you sound like Mandami. Like, you're sounding like, so it's almost like, the party, the previous right wing has kind of circled around and went to like the socialist side, and some of them have moved around, and so he's redefined that entire spectrum. And it'll be fascinating to see what historians and what other people write in the next 5-10 years about what is truly left wing, what is truly right wing, and what the definitions of all of them will be.
What's funny, King, is I'm well, go ahead, Joe.
Wait, just to answer here, he kind of referenced me. The right-wing podcast class is, going through this turmoil, trying to figure out where they're going to stand come 2028. I think it's brilliant, the concept. If you tied, many of us are supporters, but if you tied a brand to Donald Trump, like that had a shelf life. Ultimately, politics will continue after Donald Trump, and I think we're seeing some of the grifters get exposed, like Candace Owens and even Tucker to a certain degree. That they're just in it for the clicks, And now, when you bring up Infowars and Alex Jones, he hasn't really been the same since his hand was kind of forced to rebrand. And he has changed his messaging, and I think they're all trying to bet, is there going to be this big anti-Israel white right wing, or is there not going to be? I'm still out on it. I don't think they're going to be as significant. But I don't mean to bring us down that path. I'm just kind of talking about how everyone's gaming 2028 now.
No, but Joe, just to be fair, right? If you listen to Owen Schroyer and Alex Jones, they have been advocating this populism that sounds like socialism, where they've been talking about, like, you should give a UBI, like you should be giving this income and investing it in American citizens. It's agreed that they say don't give it to the immigrants and stop giving all this shit to them, but we should be doubling down on giving stuff to them. And while that sounds great, and I agree with that to some degree, at the same time, it's like you're basically saying socialism, right? You want the federal government to give stipends and give money to people to live, and where does that end? You're basically talking about, in many ways, bloating the government, and they admit that. They say, we should, cut down the foreign wars, which sounds like what Mandami's saying, which is, and I think most would agree with it, but we should give a lot of that money and invest back into people so that they can live and so that they can do all that stuff, which also kind of sounds like Mandami. So it's kind of like, there's kind of a new line between right and left that kind of has that kind of like almost like a circular arc in certain areas, if that makes sense, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. We were actually having this conversation earlier before you came in, is that will UBI be pushed by the right wing? And are you getting that read from what you hear from some of these right wing podcasters?
Yeah, and when you listen to them, you got to listen to them in depth. They talk about indirectly saying, like, we invest all this money in this, but we're not investing in people who, who are suffering right now. Why are we doing that, right? They're promoting increasing the minimum wage. And by the way, this is not something that is new to these guys. It's just that they never really spoke about it so much. Like, if you listen to classic InfoWars things, they would make comments like, it's people can't live on $7 an hour. Well, that's true, but you know what? Increase the minimum wage because they want the federal government to take a full control over your life, and they'll talk about that. But they'll also concede that, you can't live on $7.50 as minimum wage, and they should increase it to $20 or $25 an hour, from a federal standpoint. So they talk about that. But then they also say we need to cut down the costs on defense. And you're like, wow, why are they and Mandami people sounding similar in many ways? And it was always, by the way, you remember Trump always said, our coalition and Bernie Sanders' coalition agree on a lot of different things. This is what I'm talking about, is that, at that time, those people agreed a lot. And to this day, those guys are kind of doubling down on some of those areas they agreed with Bernie and his people. That's all I'm trying to say.
I haven't really gotten that.
You know what I'm curious about? I'm super curious to see what happens with the Democrats that we know of, right? They call themselves the progressives, whatever. The Hakeem Jeffries, the Cory Bookers, those people, right? The guys were just Democrats. And then this new wave of socialism. Because now there's going to be this, where do they go, right? Do they appease the socialist base? Do they stay where they are? And now they've fractured this whole Democratic Party. And I'm really super, super curious to see how this works out. Because these motherfuckers, like the Chuck Schumers, they want no part of this shit.
So let me just interject. Look, the media is not really the movement, and I think they latch on to the movements. They're really in it for themselves. They're in it for clicks. I think a lot of this stuff with Candace and Tucker is for the clicks. Because if you look at viewership and ad spending on YouTube for political content is down right now. It's bottomed out. So if you've built a brand under Trump over the last decade, you're not having a good year this year if you didn't save for it. You would have had to save a ton of money you made to be able to get through. This is like the dry time right now. So maybe it'll pick up at midterms later on. It probably will to some degree. But why have the citizens tuned out on a lot of this stuff? That's what the read I'm getting from it.
Well, you look at what's happening with, I think Mike was trying to talk about how the Democratic Party is kind of capitulating. And the point I was trying to get at earlier about the redefinition of the parties is you do realize, and I hope people understand this, that if the Republicans are smart right now in New York for these seats that were taken, that Democrats got elected the president. If Republicans came in and ran as quote unquote moderates, they could actually win those seats. I'm just being honest. They could win those seats because there's enough people.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
Right? But they don't, because they're like, we just thought that was going to be Democrat forever. And it's like, what?
I don't know how old you are, but would you agree a 90s Democrat would be a conservative?
That's all.
Probably Clinton. Clinton's like almost a Republican.
Well, hold on. I just want to clarify something.
Fucking deport them all.
Mike, I just want to clarify something.
Conservatives now. The left goes so far left.
I just want to clarify something. Everyone says Bill Clinton was his father. I just want to be clear. Look at Bill Clinton's policies when he was governor of Arkansas. Look at how he was then, and look at how he became because Newt Gingrich moved him to the center. So let's not say he was a guy that was this way. He became that way in order to govern the country, and he redefined
I'm
it.
saying, if you put Bill Clinton in 2026, Bill Clinton's a conservative.
Well, no, I understand. Not the Bill Clinton of 92, the Bill Clinton of 1996.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. If you call the Bill Clinton of 1996 after Newt Gingrich beat the shit out of him and moved him to the center, the Contract for America and all that stuff, right? So Bill Clinton gets a lot of credit for that stuff, and you know, and I've seen him give interviews, or I've listened to him give interviews, and he was like, oh, well, you know, this just kind of made sense, and I'm just sitting there like, when are you going to ask him, like, hey, your policies and views were different, what made you change? Because they don't want to ask him that, because then he has to say, well, Newt Gingrich is the one who made me change. Like, so he gets credit for that, but he was actually a radical leftist, and his wife was worse than him, which is why she tried Hillary Care while he was in office, and it couldn't even get pushed through because of that. So I think we give too much credit to Bill Clinton, but I think the way the Democratic Party, I think is better to say, the way the Democratic Party became under the Bill Clinton era, thanks to, you know, kind of a balanced political system where Newt Gingrich helped lead and push him to the middle, at least, is where today, and actually Donald Trump is that type of Democrat. Right, or at least would be that kind of person today. He's not Democrat, but would be that kind of person today. If you look at the things he talks about, and you look at the Bill Clinton State of the Union speech in 1996, where he talks about the border and closing the border, and he talks about all these different things, you're like, holy shit, what's going on here? And when you hear the classic Jack Welch Republican mindset of, well, yeah, we want to do it, but we still want to give amnesty to some of the people because, you know, we need them to work, and we need the cost down, and we need this, and it's you know, hey, give the labor and do all that stuff. You know, it's kind of the Paul Ryan Republicanism, and that's what you're hearing. You would hear from them at that time, where yeah, we agree with you, but you know, we want to, and so the Democrats actually sounded a lot better. I mean, Joe Biden tried to pass that law about like super predators, and Hillary Clinton was pushing things like that too, from the White House and stuff. So you look at all that and you go, wow, look at these guys.
Right, Clinton had his statements on abortion. I mean,
yeah.
It was. It sounded like a Republican speaking.
Right.
Did you? You know, I also noted there's that letter that Gottheimer and 15 Dems, that pledge letter that they just signed to it's a pledge against socialism. Basically, it's 15 of the most moderate Dems in Congress signed a pledge to the nation that they won't support socialism. What's astonishing to me is it was only 15. I mean, we really would have thought it would have been a bigger moderate base that would have signed up.
Yeah. Like, it's not like I'm against socialism, right? Like, we have socialist programs in America, like the WIC program. I think WIC's fucking brilliant, bro. New mothers, that they get, I think it's like eggs, milk, bread, like flour, like essentials, right? The WIC program, no problem, bro. Like, certain welfare for people that need it, or even other stuff that is like, could be considered socialist. I have no problem with this, but you can't do like, Donnie's building a $30 million government-funded, government-owned grocery store? What the fuck are you talking about? And it's going to take 4 years, conveniently, when his term's over.
Mike, all due respect, bro.
They have government-owned grocery stores in other parts of America. They don't work.
Where do they have government-funded
I
grocery
think
stores?
there's one in North Dakota. I think there was, I'll have to look it up. There was one, I think it's North Dakota.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah,
they have government.
And then like the shelves are just empty. Barren. I'm gonna go find it right now.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that. Look, I mean, all due respect, I think we have like a little naive perspective of socialism because what the Mamdanis are advancing is communism. They want to seize the means of production. I mean, some of these ones, King, you're there. Valdez, don't you want to nationalize the airline industry? Like they want to just take these companies over and start running.
You know what's amazing about that? I was listening to a podcast about that, and you got to be old enough to remember when the airline industry was nationalized. You know, it changed in the late 70s. But prior to that, airline tickets were a fortune. You know, I mean, it's not that you see the competitiveness and the deals that the airlines have. Before everything got deregulated, I mean, it was nationally controlled, and if you look at what the price of a flight would have been cross country before, in the 70s, based on what that would be costing you today, it was, you know, it was like $1,300 or something like that in the 70s to go cross country, which, you know, in today's numbers would be 5,000-6,000. People forget, but they also, you know, you see sometimes on your Facebook things will pop up and you'll see how the first class used to be, and the elaborate way they would feed you, and you know the lounges and stuff, and people don't believe airplanes were like that, but you know that was in those days before everything opened up. So, you know, it's funny what she's saying. She wants it nationalized again, but which doesn't make sense, because, let me say it from this direction, for socialists, when they deregulated the airlines, they made the airlines affordable for everyone in the country, because prior to that, these trips were too expensive for people. So they opened up air travel for the commoner, so
What do
to
you mean
speak,
they and the
to
commoner?
nationalize it.
Do you not know who Howard Hughes
It'll close
is?
up again. Does it
And
make sense what I'm saying?
TWA? Do you know what airlines are and private airlines? The government never ran the airlines, Abby. What fucking country do you live in?
The government said they were regulated. The government regulated it, and the airline prices.
Haven't you seen the Howard Hughes biography about how he competed with Pan Am? What? Hello?
Yeah, I actually live in the community that he bought all the land. I think I know a little bit about him.
Oh,
However,
great.
You're following what I'm saying? It's interesting what would happen.
She's absolutely right. It was a huge deal to fly on a plane. You never saw kids. There might be one family with a couple of kids on a plane. It was a huge deal to fly across the country in the 70s. Huge.
Well, great. It's 2026. Oh my God. Here we go again with the history hypnosis.
Yeah, but y'all leaving out a lot. Y'all like leaving out a lot of information.
Oh shit, it's Patty!
Did you fly back then, Patty?
No, I didn't. But
I did.
I'm talking about, that's fine. But back then, they had meals. Back then, they had more safety.
More legroom.
Ashtrays.
They had bigger.
We had ashtrays. Yeah,
They had more people high. They had more. What do you call it? What do they call it? Stewardess. And then there was like they had right. So
but it wasn't open to the public. The average Joe couldn't fly.
That's my bad.
I don't know.
Patty, what does it cost you to fly cross country?
My mom and dad are average Joes, and they had to fly all the time.
But what does it cost you now to fly cross country, Patty?
Really, I don't really pay anything because the government pays for my flight.
Okay, so you can fly cross country. You can get deals now. They're all competing with each other, and you can fly cross country sometimes for $200-300, right? You can find deals.
Right, but there's a lot.
Okay, so in the 70s,
what I'm saying is there's a lot of things
times that.
out of the conversation. I understand when it came to deregulation, what you're talking about. Okay, so I understand government set rates, airlines competing on prices. That was a thing where the government said, "Hey, you can't go over this price." Got it. I get it with the deregulation of this, that, and other. But there's other factors that also caused that there was a reason why your price.
I'm not negating, Patty. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying the interesting dichotomy of the person that's advocating is a socialist. It's advocating for the government to get rid of TSA and to, just Who's advocating for it?
Getting to get rid of TSA.
It's the woman, what's her name? Someone help me. She's the one in New York that just won.
Okay, I'll reset
Yeah,
it.
but she's
Hold on,
a weirdo
I brought the topic
Y'all
up.
heard
I'll
what she
reset
said
it.
about...
Yeah,
Hold on,
Patty, but that's why we were talking about it.
Hold on, real
Because she
quick.
advocated for
She's
it.
not even a
I'll
socialist.
reset.
I don't know why people keep calling
Listen,
her a socialist.
hold on, Patty.
We don't have any
I'll reset the room. Hold on, Patty. Look, Claire Valdez was nominated for a Democrat Congress, and she'll be running, and she has said she wants to nationalize the airline industry. Ultimately, she wants the government to own the airline companies, and I think this is a little bit more extreme than what they had, which is high regulation.
That was my point, Patty. So somewhat, the whole point of deregulating it made it affordable and available for people that couldn't afford to fly before. And now you have a person that that comes from a socialist bent that now will take away that ability for the average person to fly. That was my point.
It's an insane idea.
Yeah, that was an idea that Trump had as well, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Nationalize
Let me go ahead and go to
To nationalize the airlines? No, he had an airline though. I flew on that.
So he did want the government to take over Spirit Airlines. So I'm not going to pretend.
Well, he tried to hold on, Patty.
No, he wanted
Yes, he wanted to do a federal.
Patty, you're being
No, it was Joe Biden that canceled the JetBlue buyout. It was Joe Biden.
You want to finish what I'm about to say?
Yeah, let her speak, guys.
So
One mic
he wanted to do a
tonight.
federal rescue package. In that federal rescue package, it would have gave the government a large equity stake. So what would have came along with that, right? When you talk about the deregulation, if the government would have had a large equity stake, right? When we're talking about deregulation, regulation from the 70s, it would have been the same fucking thing. Just because
No, because it's one airline.
No.
She's
What you're
talking
not
about
listening
all of
to.
the
Why don't you hear me out before
It's one airline.
Why don't you hear me out?
Let her
Because
finish,
this has
guys.
been
Let her
said by
land.
a lot of economists, a lot of people when they were talking about this being purchased by the government. If that would have happened, it would have been competition against the United States government. And what happens when you have competition against the United States government? They're going to have to set prices. Because that would have been their competition.
But it was only going to be until the government got paid back for their loan. It wasn't going to be like forever.
Correct.
They're going to spot Spirit. They're going to spot Spirit. They're going to join with another
That's
airline.
not true. So there's
Yes, it
actually
was.
a quote out there where he was talking about them keeping that stake in somewhat of. I'm going to go ahead and Google it for y'all because he actually said, or we just buy it.
Just go ahead and Google it and put the link in the chat.
I have to be fair. Real quick. I did hear something about this. Trump did mention something about, doing something with the airline is a little bit different. I just don't know the details, but that might be what Patty's referring to.
He actually said he wanted to either they buy it or they keep that large equity stake.
Yeah, just put a link in the chat.
What was coming out from the SMEs, the SMEs, they were saying that if the government did own Spirit, just Spirit, we're just saying Spirit, if they had set prices, because the government isn't a fucking business to make money. What happens is it puts leverage on these private companies that are
It should be.
Those private companies are going to have to control their prices. So now we're going back to regulation.
Patty, hold on. So Matt, first of all, how are you, Patty? Great to hear your voice. Always love hearing you. Hey, what's going on, Patty? I just wanted to read from Gemini because I actually I thought you were 100% correct on what you said, but I just want to read what Gemini says. So, and again, you can trust Google, you cannot trust Google, but it quotes the AP. And it says, no, Donald Trump did not want to take over Spirit Airlines forever. Rather, his explicit strategy was to acquire it temporarily and later resell it for taxpayer profit. Here's what the plan was, the temporary takeover plan. During the bailout negotiations, the Trump administration proposed a $500 million taxpayer-funded financial lifeline in exchange for a temporary government takeover. Trump explicitly detailed his intent to treat the government takeover as an activist investor. The buy low, sell high strategy. Trump stated he wanted to acquire Spirit while it was struggling from bankruptcy and high jet fuel costs driven by the war in Iran. He publicly explained his plan to hold the airline's assets, wait for oil prices to drop, and then resell the carrier for profit. The terms, the art of the deal, quote-unquote, proposal required the federal control of roughly 90% of the airline shares. Trump noted his primary goals were to protect approximately 15,000, 18,000 airline jobs and maintain healthy market competition to keep consumer travel fares low. The outcome, since the proposed takeover never materialized because negotiations reached a total impasse. A key group of Spirit's creditors and shareholders rejected the administration's final proposal due to the aggressive terms of demanding the overwhelm. Because the bailout package failed, Spirit Airlines officially ceased all flight operations and went out of business.
So, I don't know what you just read. That's why I hate fucking ChatGPT. I also put, I got some articles in here that talks about them trying to actually buy it and letting it become a government-owned airline. So I'm putting up Washington Post, and you guys can read that. I'm going to put up two other ones. Give me a second. But they did talk about buying it straight out. Then they also talked about, the GOP didn't want to do that. They talked about being the larger equity holder.
90% stake, $500 million bailout, but then, like you said, they were going to sell it for a profit once everything's stabilized. So they weren't trying to hold on to it forever.
Hold on.
That's not what
Let me interject here.
There's two different articles in here that
The only reason it even got this far is because Biden's DOJ blocked the sale of Spirit to JetBlue, that's it, to JetBlue. So, I mean, once government got involved with it, they should have never done that in the first place. They should have let the sale go through. It would have saved jobs. We wouldn't have to rescue an airline. And then now, talk about if Trump was going to nationalize it or not.
I think it was JetBlue and United.
That's where it got.
Yeah, JetBlue and United. Nationalizing it. Trump was trying to save.
Joe Biden destroyed Spirit Airlines.
A sale.
They're worried about trust issues when they have no trust in the economy themselves, and the Democrat policies destroyed an airline. Another example of socialist communists who have no fucking business acumen. Like Patty, and politically correct, who can't actually put their show on YouTube, but will spend 80 hours a week with bands sitting there doing his theatrical homosexual LGBTQ performance all day long for the liberal progressive elites and Patty's property. And politically correct. Hello?
He's been kind of a commercial for his audio recordings of us.
Yeah, he's gotta be. I'm gonna go ahead and block him in my mind and on this app.
Wait.
Oh, he is blocked. Yeah, you're gonna.
Well, hold on, Patty. I'm reviewing the article you gave, and first of all, thanks for putting that in there.
Wait, why are you blocked to
if you go, hold on. If you go to the second,
I don't like people recording me. I don't do that.
Yeah,
so I'm not talking anymore. So
no. Hold
on.
on.
Put out to the dude because I can't talk with him in here.
Oh well, Patty, can I just address this one thing with you before you go? Oh, she left, but I just want to.
What'd you do?
So I just want to.
Well, I wanted to say one thing about the first.
Can I just finish?
I wanted to talk to her more about that.
Can I just finish what I was saying?
Let King finish.
Real quick, Patty, if you want me to remove him, I can. If you want to come back up, just let me know.
Yeah, Patty's an OG, bro. Come on.
Patty, come back up.
Yeah, don't be afraid, Patty. You're only here 80 hours a week while you're on the clock working for the government, and the government pays for all your airplane tickets.
Let me just finish this. So the Washington Post article, actually on the second page, he writes, they quote Donald Trump. He says, I think we just buy. Trump told reporters the Oval Office on Thursday, insisting that it would be virtually debt-free cash. The price of oil, this is Trump they're quoting, price of oil goes down, we'll sell it for a profit. I'd love to be able to save those jobs. But then it says there's debate, right? Howard Lutnick has championed the purchase according to two people, and Sean Duffy wants public intervention,
right,
and all that. But, I mean, it quotes Trump as saying he wants to sell it later, and it says, Spirit was trying to push them and hoping that they can make a deal and all that. But it doesn't talk anything here about owning it and keeping it forever.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's a big difference than regulating and controlling and nationalizing the entire airline industry.
But Abby, there is, hold on, just to be fair to Patty, because, first of all, I always love hearing Patty talk, so, she's great. She's always been.
Do you know where it came from, where the new member of Congress, or soon to be, this all came from the elitism of pre-check, that she didn't like that for $85, people that had $85 could afford the pre-check, and she thought it was the elitist to have the 2 lines at the airport. Right. That's how this whole thing started.
So to kind of explain what was going down, because Democrats never said he's going to solve the worst.
So one thing, where Patty is correct is that, even during the short period of time when the government would have owned airlines, she's right, because this happens in the government all the time, whether it's controlling wages of personnel. On a separate note, like the government contracts, the government sets wages indirectly by telling you to use a wage determination document that they provide, and then it forces all the other positions, and forces the GS scale to normalize around that, because hey, this is what we assess this position on. So the government does play this game, and so she's absolutely right, is that, this kind of game would have forced the companies to say, hey, how do we compete? Because, Trump would come and say, hey, I want $200 flights, make it $200. And then, JetBlue says, well, we can't compete with that. Okay, well, either we go out of business or we got to lower our prices to compete. And so, and it would have been like, hey, government, buy me out or give me a subsidy. And so, she's right. Right. So she's right on that. And that's why Sean Duffy, if you quote Sean Duffy actually was against it, because he was saying exactly what Patty was saying. So, so Patty, I think because you're correct on this, and I think just the only nuance of it was that she didn't want to hold it.
But it changes something, it does something with the consumer.
Nationalizing the airlines is good for the consumer? Is that what you're saying? I don't see how. They owned a strip club here in Vegas too, like one of the most famous lap dance clubs. The same problem, they weren't allowed to profit from it. Same situation. It eventually went out of business.
Right, so a structure could have been put in place to deal with all of the issues that were brought up.
And I just want to kind of say something. I mean, I see a lot of people writing different things. I mean, Patty was right in what she was just a nuance on whether Trump intended to keep it forever or not. So glad you're back on stage, Patty.
Give it a rest, Patty. We don't like you that much.
Speak for yourself.
It's okay.
No, Patty, it's funny, like 4 or 5 years ago, dude, like when I was just in the clubhouse, Patty used to run this room, and I would come up and fucking do my thing, and I'd be in a bunch of rooms, and Patty was the first one, I don't know if you remember, you probably don't remember this, Patty, you're the first one to actually ask me a question with one of these little green fucking things, and I was like, holy shit, right? And then we were yelling at somebody, and you were a little bit more moderate back then, but either way, I'll never forget that. You had the black and white photo up, it was back in the day. But I will say, it was like one of my first couple days on Clubhouse. I do remember that. You had the black and white one, and you asked me a follow-up, and I was like, holy shit, bro, I just gotta ask a question. I didn't know what to do. I was a little nervous, but I powered through it, and I feel like, I might have made an impression on you.
Shut up.
Florida, hit me up.
Can anybody hear me? I wanted to finish my statement.
Your drunk ass talking too?
Yeah, told him, you shouldn't have paused, buddy. You gotta fight.
Go ahead,
Okay. No, I'm in the mountains. That's what it is. I'm in Wyoming.
That must have went to bed or
Are
something.
you at the Tetons?
Yeah. No, I'm in the mountains somewhere. I don't know where the Tetons are.
Those would be the mountains in Wyoming.
Horrible answer. Go ahead.
Well, I'm on I-80 coming through the mountains. I don't know what you guys call it, what the white people call it, but I'm on I-80.
The Tetons, most people call it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Great for the Anglo-Saxons who call it the Tetons.
You're welcome.
The point of what I was saying was, from a national perspective, for us to a national airlines would be good for the citizens, and it also creates the competition and the pricing and lowers pricing, or either makes Delta, United, and these other ones create a more quality flight.
How? How does it do that, Totem? It does the opposite, Totem. Tell me how.
I'm gonna tell you how.
Did you fly in the 70s, Totem? Did you fly when it was regulated?
I'm from 1974.
Okay, did you fly in the 70s?
1974, yeah, they used to smoke cigarettes.
Right, and what did you pay for your airline ticket back then?
I don't know, I was born in 1974.
So he doesn't know what I'm saying. That you don't know.
I flew with my mother.
Total poll, what has the government ever touched that became better?
Well, if I could just get a sentence out without anybody ad-libbing.
It's late night. Come on.
He doesn't remember when Ronald Reagan got rid of the air traffic controllers in the 80s. So,
Is that Sean's faggot ass talking to me?
You don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Why does what he does in the bedroom have
What you should do is shut the fuck up when you hear my voice, boy.
Well, go get your gun and let's talk about it.
No.
Wow.
All
right, so now let me finish saying what I'm saying, and I'll land quickly. All I'm saying is, because of the competition that the pricing would create. So if you have a flight from Chicago to Seattle, and the flight from Chicago to Seattle on the government flight is $75 for one passenger, one way. Well, a good quality government flight, that's going to bring down the flight of Delta to at least 100 or 125.
But that's not what they're saying. They're saying to regulate everybody at one. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. The government used to set very strictly what the fare was for all the airlines. They couldn't compete. One couldn't compete against the other. And the airline prices were very expensive. It wasn't until they deregulated that you had competitive prices.
But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is,
can someone explain it a better way? Because I'm not.
Nobody wants. You don't have to explain anything to me. I understand deregulation.
You know what she's saying, bro. You're a business.
I understand exactly what she's saying. But what I'm trying to say is, one airline, not every airline, just owning one, setting a baseline where you can get a discounted flight for U.S. citizens. The same way that it has always been doing with that particular airline, they've always been selling cheap flights. Not everybody's going to want to purchase a cheap government flight, but U.S. citizens should have the option of having it. And then that sets a baseline and then the others.
What are we calling this
I
airline?
wouldn't call it a baseline. It's actually undercutting. That's what they call it.
No, it's not undercutting because the Spirit airline wasn't considered undercutting. It was just a cheap flight.
Well, yeah, but you got.
Well, why did they go out of business,
You got
Tom?
what you paid for, though.
Well,
Totem, why did they go out of business?
The reason why Spirit went out of business is because they couldn't afford jet fuel. But the government is not going to have that issue.
Oh, so how's the government going to be able to?
Hold on, Abby, that was false. That timeline wasn't there. They borrowed money before the jet fuel hike that occurred due to the prior to the pandemic.
Okay.
Pandemic.
Well, I didn't.
Hold on, dude. I'll let you talk. Well, hold on. So they borrowed money, and by 2000, oh shit, what was it? Like just before the pandemic, they were already shopping. So like there was a merger on the table from Frontier. There was a merger from and others. And sorry, with acquisitions and things like this, these don't happen on spur of the moment. These usually take about at least 6 months to a year to have discussions and to start coming forward with ideas, business proposals, mock-ups, etc., what the costs are going to be. So we are aware that Frontier was actually shopping at them and having discussions with them prior to that expansion.
The jet fuel just sent them over the edge.
No, it didn't actually, because all of the carriers, all of the airlines.
Well, that was what they used as their excuse.
They can use anything they want to. But the jet fuel affected all airlines. That spike actually occurred across the spectrum, and all airlines were hit with that. JetBlue's problem is that they're like something like a total of like $60 billion. They borrowed half of it prior to the pandemic. Then they took freaking loans to help subsidize them through it because jet travel was shortened. And then the deal was locked out by, guess who, the Biden administration. So now they're sitting there swinging their dicks in the wind, and they didn't really have it. When you look at the timeline of when those events happened, the prices decreased, and then their Airbus system that went out of whack, where they had to ground, like I think it was a third of their airlines, that happened shortly after. That would have been the death knell, basically, for them for operating on their own. But prior to that, they had taken out a loan, a massive loan, to actually ensure operating costs to keep going as they were. And they used that to help leverage their stock and help buoy their marketplace, which is kind of shitty, but you know what? It happens. Companies do it all the fucking time. Look at the automakers. But when you look at that timeline, you're sitting there going, all right, so you were just basically headshot. You were trying to inflate your stock at the best selling price. And they wanted to go because nobody liked flying Spirit. They just liked the cheap price. Like they didn't like the a la carte. They didn't like the bags. The customer service sucked. So they were doing good as far as the ticket prices, but they were losing. They were starting to lose on that ground because they had a precipitous drop. Because you could see the other airlines were starting to impact them with their cheaper fares and their special targeting. But again, this comes.
But the U.S. government, point that I'm making is that the U.S. government owned it. It can be operated the same way the Postal Service is operated.
The Postal Service operates in the negative. It doesn't do very well.
Right, and that's fine because it still works every goddamn day.
When Spirit expanded its routes
the point of what I'm saying, and I'll land right here. The point of what I'm saying, it creates a means of competition, and it also gives U.S. citizens an option for a cheap flight. Why would you need that as a excuse me, I'm going to land right here. Why would a U.S. citizen need an option for a cheap flight? My question is, why wouldn't they? I land.
Okay, so again, your premise was there because JetBlue opened up and they massively expanded their network. They added more routes, more than any other airline could, more so than all the other ones. So like the Frontiers and all these mid-level ones, they expanded their roles prior to the pandemic, prior to all this going on, and they ordered all these Airbuses, and there was some problems. I'll give them that. But they didn't really ground the problems, because when you actually look at when the events went in sequence, you can see the financial maneuvering that they actually did. And as far as the federalization of an airline saying, oh, it's great for competition, the mere fact that it would be operated by the federal government removes competition at that point. So you don't. You don't have competition. So that argument is just
Creates
dumb.
a baseline.
No, it doesn't create shit. It creates the federal government in control.
A pricing baseline.
No, it doesn't create a pricing baseline. You think like it's amazing that people don't know economics. You think like the pharmaceutical
It's
companies
amazing that you don't understand business.
No, you don't. Clearly you don't, dude. Like it's clearly don't.
It's a pricing baseline.
It doesn't create a baseline for anything. It doesn't do
create a
shit.
baseline.
If the government takes over,
The
who
same
needs
way
the government competition? If that's the
on
case.
cell
Who's
phone
the competition to the government?
create a
Who's
baseline.
the competition to the government, dipshit? If the government federalizes all airlines, who's the competition?
I didn't say it would federalize all airlines, asshole. I said one airline.
You just said that.
I said one airline, dick face.
Well, like, okay, you take JetBlue. Do you know why JetBlue's tickets were much more than Spirit? So JetBlue has many seats, right? They have more leg room, so every seat has a TV. Whether you're in fucking the last row in the airplane or the first row in the airplane, every seat gets a TV. There's more leg room, which means less seats. So now they have to charge more, right? Because they're getting less passengers on the plane than Spirits get on the plane. Now Spirit, what does Spirit do? Spirit gets low ticket prices, but they nickel and dime you for everything. They charge you for checking a bag. They charge you for a carry-on. They charge you for this. They charge you for that. They charge you for this. So now they're nickel and diming you, right? So it all kind of averages itself out. When the government gets involved, which I don't like saying that what Trump tried to do was the government was nationalizing airlines, because they weren't really doing that. Trump saw it as an opportunity to not only keep something in business, keep the market competitive.
It was a dumb idea.
But
then make some money at the back.
It wasn't a dumb idea. Scrotum neck.
Hey, listen here, Twat Waffle. I don't know what the fuck you think you are, but you're stuck on stupid. You're a motherfucker that sorts your fucking crayons by taste. You inbred fucking piece of shit. Dumbass. Did you graduate the 3rd fucking grade? Did you get to middle school economics? No. Did you fucking learn how to do math? You must be, you know what? In a room full of fucking intelligent people, you must be the special needs fucking person. I tell you what, the acoustics in your fucking skull must be top fucking notch. Because quite frankly, that fucking treble that you got screaming in your head, asswipe, can't fucking do shit. You fucking, you want to keep throwing it out there, I'll go there. I'm sorry your ass you around the dining room table for all your uncles to fuck you in the ass, because they fucked a lot of stupid into you. What you got? Nothing, you fucking fat piece of shit. You're the reason why your fucking accountability is off the charts. Let's just give the government it. It'll create a baseline. Fucking retard. Jesus Christ, dude. I could wipe my ass on your face, and I tell you what, it would fucking improve your fucking condition. It would literally do that. You dumb fuck, fat fucking piece of shit. Dude, go back to eating fucking hot Cheetos and drinking fucking orange soda on the couch collecting EBT.
I eat vegetables, dickhead.
You ain't got shit, dude. You just sound dumb.
We got that out.
Scrotum neck.
I know he's got a scrotum neck. We all have them, I guess. So where are we on that?
I don't know, but this turkey gobbler, all this guy does is just sit there and bend around for the next cash cow from the fucking corner behind the dumpster. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is why crack hoes should not be given birth. We should be pro-abortion.
I'll reset it. I'll reset the room one more time for us. What got us onto this conversation? Yeah, what got us onto this conversation was Claire Valdez has talked about nationalizing the entire airline industry. That would be full government control of the entire airline industry, and that's kind of
because she didn't want to spend $85. It's started for TSA pre-check.
That wouldn't be good.
Having to go through TSA check, so in her infinite wisdom, she feels like if the government just ran it, it would be more secure.
It wouldn't be, because then you need the government to actually stabilize fuel prices, which would then make them in charge of basically, well, they already are, but to an extent, the sale on the commercial side of fucking petroleum and all the products that are associated with it. You're in essence taking travel and taking an inroad and saying, here you go. Because I can tell you this would happen. You privatize all the airlines. The first thing Chevron and all these entities are going to do is jack that up.
The airlines are already privatized, dumbass.
The fuck are you talking? Dude, are you stuck on stupid?
Yeah.
Check these numbers out.
So, like, if you go ahead and put that on there, they're going to jack it up. Because I would do that. I would fucking absolutely dump everything I had into fucking Chevron and say, go ahead, because I know they're going to have a banner fucking year, a record-breaking year in profit. Because guess what? They're going to sell to the U.S. government for all of that, and they're going to hike those prices up. Parts, fucking, you're just going to hand it out there cash. Because guess what? It's all taxpayer subsidies. You want to know why we pay $150 fucking for a hammer in the military? Guess again, you're gonna figure that shit out real quick when you go to get that nice ticket that you think will be a baseline, dipshit. They're going to fucking hike that price up, and you're not gonna have a complaint. It's similar to what happens with Medicare rates in the health insurance field. But again, you're too stupid to figure that shit out.
But we'd have socialism in the sky, and we'd have discounted rates.
I'm trying to tell you that it used to be the case, and it was very expensive. Like, I don't know why people have selective memory, but it was incredibly expensive
There's no one on this stage.
They weren't there.
to fly across
There's no one on
the
this
country.
stage that was living then.
I was living then, and it was
How old are you?
incredibly expensive to fly. I don't know ways to say it to you.
What?
I give up. I'm not thinking of myself.
Move this idiot off of that move on.
Jesus Christ! I mean, buddy, go read history. You don't listen to me. Go read historically what airline prices were before they deregulated it. It's not. But by the way, some of the airlines had lounges and piano bars on them, and they had caviar and
At the
amazing
top,
food.
you went up this little spiral staircase. At the top, there was a bar.
Exactly.
Just above the cockpit. Right. And you could go in the cockpit if you were a kid. They give you little wings.
Yeah, and hot
Back then, you remember on Eastern, and on Pan Am, I know, but you don't understand when
What?
they deregulated. Now I can fly cross country.
What did Howard Hughes' dick taste like, Abby?
I didn't even hear what he said.
If you didn't hear what I asked, I was wondering, what did Howard Hughes' dick taste like?
What is he saying? I don't know. Go. I mean, he's just annoying. Anyway, point is, go research it, and you'll understand what happened. They opened it up so the average American citizen could fly.
Abby, in a Machiavellian way, if you're trying to institute socialism in this country, do you think this is a point that's going to get the idiots to vote for her?
Yes, because it wasn't. She was mad about pre-check. She wanted pre-check for everyone. It's so unfair that these people can pay $90.
Yeah, but pre-check is $90 a year, and people that are flying can afford it.
But what she was mad about is poor people can't afford it. And
Yeah,
they
but
have
poor
to
people
wait
aren't
for the
flying.
rise.
But poor people aren't flying, that's what.
Line.
No, I get it, but I'm saying
Did you listen to Pot Horse this past week? They talked about it. That's right.
And I want to hear your opinion.
My God, I pay for Clear. I fly all the time, so I'm trying to make it as seamless as I can.
Bad idea. It makes absolutely no sense, and you fly pretty often, and I barely fly, so.
I fly all the time, and I pay for Clear, which is more expensive than TSA PreCheck because I can.
Flying.
Why wouldn't I?
You go through the lines quicker.
You go through the lines quicker, and then there's a company called Clear that costs it's $300 something a year. What?
Wait in line like everybody else.
It's not so good anymore. But that's not
Clear? No, not like it used to be.
But the point is, you fly all the time, so you're paying for Clear. I barely fly, so I didn't do PreCheck. I fly once a year. But who's like the people that are going to vote for this? That's what I'm trying to understand.
It's interesting because all the members of Congress that fly all the time want to have PreCheck. It's the whole thing's
Why would the Congress can afford the $80? That's like the part that doesn't make sense.
Right, but then she went on to want to nationalize all the airlines again, to get them back to where they were in the 70s.
I mean, that's the goal. The goal is to nationalize everything. The goal is to seize the means of it without get a good hook. Because on the one hand, it's sensational. Like why do you pay to go faster through the lines? And the other hand is the people that it's affecting are people that understand it's ridiculous.
Name one thing that the government's been in control of that's been that they've done a good job with.
Libraries.
The IRS.
Okay.
They got really good at taking our money.
Parks, national parks and libraries. Those are the two places they did a good job.
I'll answer it seriously. The only thing the federal government has is a monopoly on force.
I think the Medicaid, Medicare, and financial aid are great programs.
I would be cautious about that because again, Medicare and Medicaid, particularly Medicaid, has a lower quality of health outcomes for people that are actually seeking care on Medicaid than any other system in the U.S. And in fact, it does decrease as you go abroad and look at other health systems. The Medicaid system is actually very much wonky at best, and the only reason people vote for it in popularity and Medicare is because there's nothing else offered. If they could have something else offered, they absolutely would take it.
Yeah, you just say Social Security.
College.
You don't sound like you have too good at health insurance.
Yeah, okay. Again, Cran Eater.
Brad, this is Sean, man. Give me a follow-up on the link that I gave you about like a couple weeks ago, man. This is Sean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did. She ran it through. She said it was a good one. I'll get you back on that one. Let me get my review. I'll pull it out of my email tomorrow and send it over to you.
No problem, Brad. See, I ain't here to chill. I just saw you in the room. I was like, man, let me just follow up.
No, I don't.
Damn.
I wasn't yelling at you. I was yelling at the other idiot.
That sounded naughty a little bit. What are y'all
Call
talking
me
about?
by my name, Black Totem Pole.
I call you dumb as shit, but
Black Totem Pole?
You just call me Black Totem Pole.
That's a horrible nickname.
Man, what's going on, Joe?
That's not a nickname, that's my real name.
It's your real name?
What's going on, Joe?
That's a dick name. Black Totem Pole. Say it.
So you're named after a cock?
Black Totem Pole.
Wait, so like, oh, I saw a dick.
So say it again.
Say
Say it one time.
What?
Black Totem Pole. Can you say that?
Tempo.
You can say it that way too.
So
Some
tempo.
people call me Tempo.
I see the pole part.
Totem Pole.
Oh, the pole's supposed to be the dick. I get it.
No, that's in your mouth.
Brad's a nice children's insurance
Did you
pimp
say
to
your
steal
name
the
after a
money
dick?
from
No,
the
it's super
hospital.
gay, sir.
I could have sworn he said he's named after a dick.
So I do want to comment on what you said about the Medicaid and Medicare, because you did make me think about something. My grandpa's actually on Medicare, and they're not giving him like one of those CNAs to come out and take care of him because he has arthritis and things in that nature. So I'm just curious, why aren't they improving those programs?
Because Medicare can't expand in the way that American people want. Like you would think, like you cheer for a Medicare for all plan, because the cost is actually exponentially. So for your grandfather, which is unfortunate, a home health aid will only occur unless he qualifies under a certain condition or precept, depending on his diagnosis. So his diagnosis coding, this will be the HCPCS or the the ICD-10 diagnosis, and then the HCPCS codes that follow it, that would actually indicate whether his need warranted under Medicare's parameters or under CMS, which is the governing authority for Medicare, will tell him if he's acceptable for home health aid. In his case, it sounds like his ICD-10 diagnosis isn't qualifying him. He could try for...
Because of employees like Brad, I was right on the money.
It's
not 100% accurate.
Of affordability. The they try to keep moderated to keep it to the most extreme cases because 350 million people.
Tell your grandfather's business to these Anglo-Saxons.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And these people don't have a goddamn clue of anything that's going on.
No, I wouldn't have any.
If you wanted to know something, you should call somebody.
I know, right, Sean?
He's about to give her the cheat code so she can help her grandfather, but you won't let her run.
Yeah, white man.
Why the hell would you give your grandfather's information to these Anglo-Saxons?
Yeah, hey, Dick Bull, how mad are you that you're
Why the hell would you do that?
Do you hate that your wife is drunk?
What's an Anglo-Saxon, by the way, to you?
A what, man?
Oh, an Anglo-Saxon, but I'm not. Aren't they from England? Anglo-Saxons? Like, did you see Uhtred? Did anyone watch like the show all about it that was on?
No, you just said in English.
I loved Uhtred. Right?
Utrecht.
So what's an Anglo-Saxon to you, dude? What's an Anglo-Saxon?
You can't do that.
Anybody white?
Anyone white, but that doesn't work. Anglo-Saxons are.
We're not as sensitive as you think, Dick Bull. We don't care that you say
Wait, can Brad go on and help Nicole's grandfather, please? Can we get some love in the room? Help Nicole, Brad. Come on. We're so close.
Sure. So, Nicole, what I would recommend is he's probably going to a Medicare doctor or one that solicits it. And what he can do is kind of complain a little bit more. He should also ask the doctor stating he's having problems with mobility around the house and that he's not able to fully care for himself. And that doctor can actually change his diagnosis code and actually recommend a home health aide, which is what you're looking for, not a CNA. Ask for a home health aide. And Medicare will give him, at least depending on the rating on the diagnosis code, once his doctor does that, they can submit that in, and then you can do the follow-up paperwork and ask for a home health aide. That'll come. They'll usually generally do it on an hour or to 45 minutes, depending on it. So they'll bill a little bit around that way, but you really need the doctor to help support this stance. And then you need to file for that said home health aide. And that's going to be, like, I can't remember the form, but they should be able to help you out from there. Like, if you go to the Medicare site, download the forms, and they ask, the doctor will recommend it. It's just a bit of a process.
Why would you trust this Anglo-Saxon?
I mean, he's
No, hold on. What advice would you give her, Tempo? What advice would you give her? Yeah, what advice would you give her, buddy? I think Vikings' advice is pretty good. What would you say to her?
Like to be honest, Nicole, I would say that he has SOB, shortness of breath. He may have feelings of fatigue when standing for long periods of time, such as maneuvering around or cooking or showering, and he can present those symptoms, which would actually indicate that he has a need for a home health aide, and that way he can have that service help provided, and they'll come in and they'll essentially help him with his caregiving needs at those times based on the specifics that you need help with.
But don't listen to him, Nicole, because he's white. You know how silly that sounds?
Why would you listen to this Anglo-Saxon tell you about your grandfather?
Go ahead. What advice would you give to her about her grandfather? Go ahead. Go ahead. We're waiting.
He just said, and somebody just muted me. He just said her grandfather didn't get a good shower last week. That's what he said. I don't know if you translated that.
No, what he says, go back to the doctor and be very detailed.
No, I wouldn't trust these Anglo-Saxons with my grandfather's information.
I didn't give him.
If his life depended on it.
My grandfather's
This is why your black women are leaving you off for white men.
Did I hear
exactly
Ooh.
So, Nicole, basically what you want to do is have the doctor amend the skilled care plan that they put together and submit to Medicare, and that skilled care plan should include home health aid. And someone needs to probably go with them to make sure you can advocate for it in the right way, so that it can be translated. And then if you want to ask for the medical records, they are entitled, you are entitled to them. They may charge you a small fee, like $25. They're allowed to do that, nothing egregious. But you
didn't see a medical Medicaid scam
don't
and
necessarily
overtax
need
and
easy
funds
care,
health care
especially
insurance
when you
last
face
year.
conditions that you need help with. And so they have to argue at that point all the time about what they need and what they don't. It's really a hassle, but you have to do a little bit of groundwork in order to get what you need. We're going to this Anglo-Saxon method of lower groups.
America's been million in debt to federal government and socialist revolution.
Nicole, if you get denied your first round, if you do DM me and say, hey, I the Medicare.
Now he's trying to make a play for some grand pussy. This ain't Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah. You can DM me and I'll put you in touch with representatives or Medicare advocacy. If you get denied, then I can put you in touch with them and we can help escalate your case up to them. So it's fairly easy, and they'll walk.
That's called a carrot dangle. That's a carrot dangle.
See, the good part about this whole he's smart to realize how he's genuinely give advice on
I'm 6'1", I mean, it doesn't matter.
Tell the story of Clubhouse Hero Big Brother. She the chick. The college dropout. Tell the story of Clubhouse Hero Big Brother.
Shut up, dude. So they got there from Germany, and then the Normans invaded in the 1000s. Doesn't sound like you know your fucking history, so why don't you just do us all a favor? Why don't you do us all a favor and shut your fucking mouth, because everybody's dumber for listening to you.
Marshall, you're arguing with a guy who has a face for radio and a voice for the newspapers. He's not going to
Look, I don't want to brag, but it was a pretty good week for me. It's a pretty good week.
Yeah? How many dudes did you pick?
Yeah. This guy.
What the fuck?
This guy. Did pretty good this week, though. I guess as good as any of you Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
Is it better than us?
Possibly. Possibly. I don't know.
Possibly?
Some of you,
Think so?
one of you are an attorney, I imagine.
I'm not an attorney like you. I am, but I'm not an Anglo-Saxon. It's okay. No, I'm really not. Have any heritage to it.
You're an Anglo.
No, I'm not.
You sound like an Anglo.
I'm totally not. I'm completely a different race.
What's your race? If you're not Anglo.
I'm Semitic.
Semitic. No. You're Polish.
No, I'm not. I'm Semitic, you bozo. I'm not. No, I'm not. I've never had a family live in Poland. Although I visited Poland. No, have no connection to Poland. Only went to visit it once. Twice, actually.
Yeah, I know you've been to Poland.
Yeah, actually went to see the camps. That's why I went there. You know what those are?
Ashkenazi.
You ever hear about those?
Ashkenazi. Yeah, I know. You're Ashkenazi.
No, I'm Semitic, asshole. But I'm not Anglo-Saxon, which you keep calling me.
Anglo-Saxon.
My God, but if I was related to Uhtred, that would be pretty cool.
No, but now as far as the attorney in the room, I mean, I imagine you're doing about 200 an hour, at least 2 to 4, I would imagine.
Why don't you keep going?
Yeah, she's
wild. I think I charged 200 an hour in the same time that the airlines were not deregulated.
I ain't mad at you. I got some good black dick for you.
I gotta clip that one. I got some good.
No.
Ooh.
Walmart weave off your head. I'll take that whole fucking thing and that big fucking teeth you got and all that shit, right? I know you're using chiclets as fucking real teeth. I got you. You're using all that shit, right? I can play this game with you all night long. I don't give a fuck. Dude, I don't really give a shit.
You got
you know what? I'll bend you over and I'll show you what a dick is. Yeah, I'll give you the tonsillectomy from the back, dude. I promise you. You are going to be the cum rag in which I wipe off with. How's that? I'm gonna make sure your coat is white. How's that one? I'll do that for you. I don't really care. Like, you ain't gonna hit shit, dude. You can't hit shit. What are you gonna do? Patty whack your fucking chins, all 8 of them? You ain't gonna do shit, motherfucker. I can hear the fat in your throat. I can hear that fucking diabetes kicking on. Dude, you can't even stand with it, right? You can't even stand off that couch. I bet you got the sweat stains on that shit, right? Green little blanket, that's what you live on, right? The couch. Watching that TV, sucking down soda, right? That's what you do? That's what you all got, right? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you want now. You ain't gonna do shit, bitch. You are my bitch now. You're gonna be holding my belt loop. You're gonna hand your hand on my fucking pocket. That's what I'm gonna make you do. You ain't real. You ain't fucking shit, man. I am that fucking guy. Come on, let's go. Get your fucking wannabe Jamal Claus laugh and get your fucking ass off that fucking couch and let's go. Let's go, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. No, you ain't black. You're a cosplayer. You're a fucking cosplayer. You're fucking, what's that girl that was like head of the NACP and then she was white? You're that motherfucking guy. You're fucking Casper the Friendly Ghost. Yeah, you're that fucking girl. You're just some piece of shit, dude. Dude, you're just as bad as these like obese white women with Twinkies, man. Your only contribution to society is taking my tax dollars. Dude, you ain't got shit. She ain't gonna answer you. She don't talk to you. She talks to men. She talks to men, not fucking fat little fucking pussies. Yeah, I got this. I can promise you this. I can take this all day long, motherfucker. What you got, Twat Waffle? Come on, Twat Waffle. Let's give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. What you got? What's your best shot, you dumb fuck? Someone should put him back in the back of the bus.
Well, I just gotta say, Abby, how did you feel?
Crazy, bro, that he was shitting on your advice that you were giving to that lady that she would never.
Abby, how did you feel after telling him you bill $6.50 an hour that he's got a black snake for you?
So what advice did you give her? Don't listen to him. What the fuck?
Hello?
Hello?
Anyways, I'm just saying the fact that Abby charges $650 an hour to review documents for casinos, and he offered his 2-foot black snake. That was pretty funny. I kind of like that reversal
John, find
there.
someone else to pick on tonight. I'm not in the mood for you. Okay? Just leave it, John.
Hello?
John, just leave it.
Hello?
Really not.
Well, Brad is such a warrior Viking. I mean, he came to your aid so quickly. Hello?
Can we resolve the airline question?
Yeah, I don't know if it was.
Yes, can we please move on?
Yeah, I'd like to move on too. Sean, you're in California, right, buddy? I don't know if Sean's still here. He's probably not still here. I think I talked to you before. You're in California.
Sean's legit.
With the whole election.
Sean's legit looking for a job. He sent Brad his resume.
Overall feeling over there.
So it's a situation where you got a diversified front where people, black and white in California, is tied to Democrats. Where you got Hilton and Bianco, where I'm talking to people that's got a little TDS, but realize that we can't have another Democrat in office. 500,000 fraud, 25,000 drunkenness,
So you should shut the fuck up. They wrote Javid Shah with their blood on the wall.
Hey Zia, where are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia, but I love Iranians. Okay, I met Iranians from California.
Iranians love family.
They're loving. Well, I love them so much.
Zia, look, there is nothing personal with the Saudi Arabia
pretty
or
funny.
something. Look.
I have a question. I have a question here.
Sure, go ahead.
You Iranian people and you're the government. Why are you so gangster?
We are different than our government. The IRGC.
Yeah, but you're so gangster. Now I'm talking about the government. They're so gangster.
Okay, that's exactly what we say. We say we don't want our IRGC, we don't want our Islamic regime, unfortunately, that we did.
So gangster.
We are different than our government.
Don't waste your time.
If you listen to the conversation happening in this room, it is we're talking about the
It's all simple as that.
Okay, so 1 minute.
That's the rule.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now I want to listen to your question.
Yeah, I have a question. Sorry, let me ask it, please. You said that it's fascism to kill people because of their opinions. So I have a question. What is the punishment of apostasy in Islam? Your religion?
Explain that.
You don't know what apostasy is?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you explain that?
Yeah, when someone starts to leave Islam.
Now that's free will. In my opinion, that's free will.
That's not free will in Islam. If you leave
No,
Islam,
I don't agree that.
you don't need to agree. It's in Islam that they should be killed.
Listen. Do you believe in Islamic laws? Do you respect them?
I don't respect Islam. I don't respect any
Stop. Don't go deep. Listen.
Okay,
Islamic clerics are under the oppression government, but are controlled by Zionists, by Muslims. They're not true people like you guys. You have to be proud of you guys. You have your own truth, you know. You're better than them.
Yo, I can't wait for the day when we're on Clubhouse.
I'm from Saudi Arabia. Listen, I'm from Saudi. I go to my prayer. I go to my nephew. Listen. I take with my nephew because he's like, oh my God, I want to be Muslim. But I see the clip. Everything's controlled. You know, don't talk the truth. I'm drunk and I can tell them more truth than them. You know, and my mate, he gives me, listen, wait. My mate, listen. Habibi, I want to say something.
I understand, but Habibi,
No, I'll tell you more. My mate, he's Christian. Listen.
Ziad, خلاص. 1 minute finished, huh?
Okay.
Habibi. You know what I love more? That you're Muslim and you're drinking. You're doing l'chaim. That's what I love.
المسكرات حرام.
I can tell you more. Drinking is not haram.
No. Jack Daniels is halal, Habib. Don't confuse. Jack Daniels is halal, but if you combine the whiskey with the energy, then it is haram. That's it.
I can tell you more, but you're not listening.
Habibi, if you and your nephew or cousin, whoever you were speaking about, if you were in Iran right now drinking, they would take your nephew. They would put one bullet into his head.
That's real.
Let me answer that. No, listen, Ziad, I'm Iranian, okay? In Iran, if you get arrested drunk, you will receive 76 lashes for drinking.
76 lashes.
You know what's that?
Was that a better to you?
You know what's that? I'll tell you what's that. You know, that piece of land full of culture, full of loving people.
Yeah, because you're full of culture.
Wait.
No, I won't wait.
Wait. Everybody wait. Just everybody wait.
Listen, you're our neighbors, man. You're our neighbors.
No. You talk. You should listen. You talk. You should listen now.
Okay.
You talk. You should listen.
Okay, go ahead. I like Iranian. I like Iranian women.
Hold on. We're trying not to have an echo chamber just to teach people. We like to play around with this, right? So we do back and forth kind. He knows exactly. I just wanna bring it. I wanna bring light to him. Exactly where we're gonna go with the next question is now the Iranian regime. So the question goes: if you live in a place like this, correct? If you drink, you get 76 lashes. If your sister doesn't wear the hijab right, she can, not the hijab, if she doesn't put on the hijab correctly, and the hair is showing a bit, she might get lashes, or your sister might get killed, right? And you don't have a weapon to protect yourself, right? Do you want help from the outside to come help you to put your government away for doing this?
I don't know.
Want help?
I don't know. You want me to answer? I don't know. But listen. When the war started, wait, hold on.
If you're in prison, do you want somebody to come help you to get out of prison?
Yeah, Rifi.
Do you want to get a lawyer?
You're in the States. Wait. You're in the States. Wait. You're in the States, right? You're in the States. Okay. Sure. I respect that. I have a lot of friends from Iranian background. They left the government in California, and I met them, and they're a lovely person like you. Okay, that's one part. Okay, you know what's really
irrelevant, buddy. Why do you
wait. Can I please don't be let me finish, guys. Let me finish, guys. I'm gonna tell you something. You know what's really weird? You know what's really weird? When the American bombed Iran, the government, what's their reaction? You know what? The propaganda in Iran, they go with. See, the Iranian government very smart. You know, you have the Farsi culture, which I respect, but then you have Islamic government that saying that we love Farsi, but they don't control. And the people that they're protecting the agenda is fucked up. You know, it's fucked up. You know, the problem is not here. I think the problem is that you shouldn't isolate the land of Persia. You shouldn't isolate it. It should be like even our us. Like I'm from Saudi Arabia and all the Gulf. We should travel to them. They should travel to us. We should connect with them. Connect with the people. You shouldn't isolate them.
I know the perfect outcome.
Isolating a devil will become a more devil.
We travel to Saudi Arabia for
Why don't Saudi Arabia can be the next terror sponsor? Okay, why don't you do it? You can do it. We don't want it. You can have it. Saudi Arabia become the next terror sponsor of Hamas, of Hezbollah, of the Houthis.
We don't like them. Listen.
We don't like them too. You should
are the
sponsor
people
them.
of nice.
No,
Listen,
the people of Saudi Arabia, they should pay.
Why?
They should pay for
Why?
it.
We don't want to.
Because you want it. You like it.
No, we don't like that.
But why should we like it? Why should we like it?
Why? You don't. You shouldn't.
We get killed by the regime for what? For your ideology. I don't like the Zionists. I don't like Israel. I don't like the Jews.
Habibi. Oh my God.
We don't want it. You can have it.
Oh my God. You need so much love. Oh my God. You need so much love. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Baby, what type of the whiskey you are drinking at the moment?
No. That's my real truth.
No, I have a question, Zayd. I have a question.
You so much love. So much love.
Yeah,
we love you guys.
Yeah, but I asked about your whiskey.
We love you. You don't have to be like that.
No, Armin, wait.
Listen.
I have a question about...
You're not a terrorist. You're not a terrorist.
Zayd, I have a question, Zayd.
I love this guy.
Just one question. Yeah, just one question.
Go ahead.
I have heard recently. Yeah, I have heard that Ben Salman has removed all Islamic teachings from the curriculum of the schools in Saudi Arabia.
You know why?
Because he's trying to modernize the country.
I can tell you why.
And you don't like
because
it.
Because if he wants to be a king, wait. If he wants to be a king, that's from the Masonic lodge. You have to understand that. You have to understand who's ruling us. It's not your government. Your government is a piece of shit, to be honest.
No, my question is it true that he...
Wait. I'm answering you. Okay, listen. You have to understand who's ruling us. Ruling us is Iblis through the Masonic lodges. Okay, Hamad bin Salman, if he wants to be a king, there is some things he has to do. One of things is to destroy our community. You know, make us the opposite of you. You know, like America. You know, we have sex without marriage, drinking, all of that bullshit. You know. That's what they want.
But you are doing the bullshit now, the Zion. You are drinking now at the moment.
Okay,
you say this all of
I want to drink.
Okay,
I have my own personal drink.
Yeah, but you say this is bullshit. So how come you call it bullshit
I'm not selling alcohol to people, you know.
I mean, you said but you're buying it. Yeah,
no, that's for me, so I can speak my truth.
Okay, listen, Zayd, you said that Americans sleep with each other without marriage, okay? Yeah. People have freedom to do that, but nowhere in America, nobody marries a 10-year-old child, okay? At least they have this.
Epstein, they do that. It's called Epstein fund.
Listen,
it's called Epstein fund.
Yeah, but it's not legal. It's not legal. Okay, that was a soul person. It was not legal.
Guys, you're all thinking, okay, oh my God. Can we have a moment of something? Can you mute up? Can you have a moment of speech? I need a moment so the energy can relax, please, because you have so much questions and so much energy, okay? Wait. I really respect all of you.
Another shot. I think you deserve another shot, to be honest with you.
Well, I Do you know what I deserve? I want to meet you and drink with you.
That's it. That's it. Sorry, let's go.
Relax, guys. Listen.
Wow. Or are you joining or not?
Wait, I'm holding the energy, guys. Wait. Hold on. You know, that's why I like fast. That's why I like fast people. You know what? Wait, guys. I'm gonna mute you right now. So I just want to say, I don't know how we found a fucking David Bolivia in fucking Saudi Arabia, but David, I just found your fucking cousin. Okay? Just to let you know.
Docs.
Cute. He's 40. He's living his life in California, and the people are fucking suffering. Cute. But can I be honest? Listen, I'm very proud. I'm proud of you, Pop. I'm very proud. You know, you're suffering, but I'm proud. You still have the spirit. I'm very proud of your suffering, guys. It's very proud. You're suffering. Very proud.
You're gonna be proud.
Very proud. You're suffering, but you're still hanging.
Okay, you're gonna be more proud as soon as we throw Islam away our country and bring our.
I don't know the solution, to be honest. I don't know the solution.
I know the solution.
You wanna ask me, find the Stargate and get it over from the government.
What is the solution?
The Stargate.
There's a Stargate.
He says there is a Stargate in Iran. If you find the Stargate.
Yeah, find it. It's one of your ancient. You have a lot of ancient stuff.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, fine. You guys are better than me.
Okay, somebody find the Stargate now.
Yeah, and then go there, take it off from the government, and everything will be.
That's it. Give me the address and location, and I will find it.
Yeah, that's it.
I think Khomeini has it.
Okay. Okay.
They say that he was with the Said Tusi. Do you know the Said Tusi?
I think the government was telling you the truth.
They have the biggest gate.
To control you.
They won't control
Ziad, listen. They say that Said Tusi, do you know the Said Tusi? Said Tusi had the biggest gate. So that's why the many people are going after me.
I'll tell you what the research, okay? You see the RPG, CRPCD, I'll tell you. Okay. Listen to me. You see these are the government police, you see? See where they have a lot of protective agencies, a lot of protective cars, a lot of things.
Yes, so that's why Said Tusi.
Wait,
lots of the protective agents around him.
You're a party, stop being an Arab. Stop being an Arab.
But I'm answering you. I'm answering you. Why are you getting mad?
Wait, don't contradict.
Have another shot for me.
Those who don't know, okay, let me explain. Come on, those who don't know who is Said Tusi.
Wait.
Said Tusi.
Wait.
Said Tusi was a Quran teacher.
Like my cousins, I love you.
Said Tusi was a Quran teacher who raped children.
Wait, I learned from you. It's okay.
Listen.
Children are we drinking or not?
Can I give you a message? I will give you a message. I want to give you a message, guys. Okay, listen. You know your land, right? You are very proud and you know your land. Listen, find a place in Iran that is very sacred, is very old. It's like a temple.
Don't worry.
It's a temple. And look for the government. When you go to a temple that is off limit, when the government say no, you don't come, that's the place where the Stargate is.
Okay, Said Tusi again. The same address.
Yeah.
It's the gate of Said Tusi. But when they come to me with the Stargate.
No, don't be stupid.
What do I do with it?
They would kill you. No, wait.
Yeah, they killed many people because of him.
They will kill you. Be smart. What you need to do is basically, and I tell you what you need to do. Okay, I'm thinking.
Yeah, don't think. Have another shot. Have another shot.
What do I do with it? When they come to me with the Stargate, then what?
They will kill you, man. What the fuck? They will kill you.
Khalas, yeah, she doesn't understand. You see, Ziad? Nobody understands.
If you cannot conquer it, you know what you do? You know what
She's
you
a
do?
woman. She doesn't understand.
You know what you do? Let's go social media. Go social media. Show everyone that there is a
Where
target.
did you get your drinking from? I just want to know who was your
Yeah, we have black people. They have black
No,
monkeys.
the drink. Where
Oh,
did you
really?
get the substance?
Yeah, we have black monkeys. We're not gonna be sober, man.
What brand
We're
you
not
are
gonna be able to talk to
drinking?
you, man. Like
What
this.
brand?
You know,
What brand?
you know what? I fucking love you guys. I love you so much.
Yeah, I love you too. I mean,
No, no,
what you drinking? But at the moment, listen. No, listen. No, you listen. No, wait. No, wait. I wanted to know that what you are drinking at the moment. I need to know exactly what you are drinking. It's a shit show.
Black label, anything that makes me happy.
I like this guy. I like this guy.
I want to drink that too, Zayat.
I give
Yeah, خلاص offer the صورة in a couple of the shots as well. We have to get a big friend, huh?
أنا مالي يا فارسي والله I'm be glad والله I'll be glad you teach me some Farsi I'll be glad والله
You should be proud of you should be proud of things.
Right, I've got a question for you. Right, I've got an honest question for you. Listen,
Hold on, let's turn us.
I've got an honest question.
I love your music, I love
Listen,
your food.
forget about the politics, forget about these targets.
That's what I'm talking
All right,
to people.
ask you a simple question, buddy. Listen, I've got a simple question. Forget about what the Saudi Arabian government